Alrighty, today is Thursday, March the 19th, and my name is Nish, and the title of this podcast is Be Good, Don't React, Pause. And this is part of my Be Good series. And it's also about, um, trying to control your reactions, emotions, and try to bring yourself to peace. And it couldn't be more appropriate because this is my third time trying to record this podcast, and I hope today it works out. All right, so I'm going to um, try to pop myself up onto the screen there. Uh, let's do this. Thank you very much. Hopefully you can see me right now. What I'm going to do is, uh, for just a couple of seconds here, I want to actually get some photos ready for the podcast that I'm doing today. So just one second. And I hope everyone is doing well. And our Mercury retrograde is getting ready to go direct tomorrow. I do have to caution you um, that this particular time is the transition. So just like I had a lot of problems yesterday with creating this podcast, and I had to really um, employ the advice that I'm going to give you today because of the technical things that had happened. But you know what? This just goes to show when you let time pass, when you pause, you can come back and communicate in a much more calm way. All right, so let me just read the description I wrote for this particular podcast. When faced with a challenging situation, it's natural to react quickly, often with anger or negativity. But immediate reactions can cloud judgment and escalate tension. By pausing, breathing, reflecting, you create space for a more thoughtful, calmer response. This intentional approach can lead to clearer communication, better outcomes, and a greater sense of inner control. All right. So that's what I want to impart upon you because, times are very, very difficult right now. And, with what happens that you see in the news, sometimes, even when you're conversing with friends or you're on social media, things will trigger you. All right. They certainly trigger me. And I've had to take a deep breath before responding or, um, you know, instead of lashing out, I am trying to hold my peace. All right. And when I was scrolling through social media this morning, I came across this particular banner here. And hopefully you can see it. It says, "When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace." And that saying is credited to Jimi Hendrix, uh, a, an artist that, of course, I love. That's from my era. And if you don't know Jimi Hendrix, Google him and listen to some of his music. But anyway, so in that regard, um, I want to say that yes, when we even go back to the Bad Bunny experience for the Super Bowl, wasn't his message um, peace? You know, peace and love. Actually, love conquers hate. Love is more powerful than hate. You know, and that is so much truer than what's going on with with the world today. I mean, what's going on with the world today is that all we see is hate, war, um, lies, all of that, and people disagreeing with one another. It can sometimes feel like, well, like we're living in a bowl of broken glass. All right, it's sharp, it's painful, it's dangerous. All right, but what we would want to get back to is that life is like a bowl of cherries, beautiful, sweet, lovely, all of that. All right, and how do we do that? Well, we refrain from uh, lashing out negatively, speaking in anger, uh, you know, constantly harping on the terrible events that are going on in this world right at the moment. But if you focus on your breath, centering yourself, and realizing that at this moment you can be in peace, at this moment you are safe, and at this moment you could send love first to yourself, say, you know what, I give myself love, and feel it. And once you do, you could send love out to those who are suffering, those who are feeling anger and negativity, those who feel that, it's better to use violence and killing and bombing and all kinds of negative um, expressions to uh, try to change the world. That doesn't change the. It does change the world. Okay, it changes the world into a place that is not safe, that's full of anger, that people are losing their lives unnecessarily. They're being murdered. They're being killed for nothing. So let us go back to when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. Right? Let's try to remember that. And also be good, don't react, pause. Okay? It'll do your heart and the world good. All right. Thank you so much for listening and watching my podcast. And I want to wish you a good rest of your week, the weekend to come. And just know that I care about you, that I love you, and I want you to spread that love out that I give to you to the whole world, but especially to yourself. All right. Thank you. And goodbye for now.